Welcome to the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast. My name is Rob Murgatroyd, and I am a former doctor turned lifestyle entrepreneur. Each week, I interview some of the best minds on the planet on the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. Today's episode is a mini-sode that we call Fri-Date with the Wife. In these mini-sodes, my wife Kim and I deconstruct the strategies that we've developed over the last decade to not only grow personally, but to turn our struggles into lessons and create fulfillment in all areas of our lives. Excuses are over. It's time to live. Let's dig into today's topic. All right, before we jump into this episode, I want to invite you to be considered for my Work Hard, Play Hard Mastermind by completing an application at workhardplayhardmastermind.com. So this mastermind is not like any mastermind you may have been to or heard of, I promise you. This mastermind is for 6 to 7 figure entrepreneurs that are working too damn much and aren't taking the time to have amazing experiences around the world with an incredible tribe of people. So every 100 days or so, I drop you into new experiences that are specifically designed to elevate your thinking, to give you new ideas. Look, you get your best ideas not staring at a computer. And actually, this is the way high-level people really collaborate with each other. They do it over a glass of champagne, watching the sunset in the south of France. So if you are ready to do some fun stuff around the world and really, really want to level up your tribe in one shot, fill out an application at workhardplayhardmastermind.com. We'll jump on a call and we'll see if it's a good fit. All right, let's jump into today's episode. Well, Kimberly Thumbelina Murgatroyd.
I thought you were going to say Kimberly Corona Murgatroyd.
No, I wouldn't. I would not put that on you.
Thank God.
You know, I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant to ask you how you are. But since I've been locked in a house with you for 72 hours, I know how you are. But how are you dealing with me? Is really what I want to know.
Listen, that is the $1 million question right there, because you can't sit still.
I know.
Like you are not, it's funny because you're introverted. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of like you've been preparing for this all of your life. Mm-hmm. But you also can't sit still. And now the gym is closed. The restaurants are closed. Life is closed. Everything is closed.
But listen, as much as I would like to make this about me, really, I think I'm having a little mic trouble levels here, but I think we got it leveled out. I really want to make this about everyone listening to this right now, because we're making a little light conversation banter here so that we can comfort the people we can ease into this. So I guess I'm just going to throw some questions out at you, okay? Because I'm a guy that likes to ask questions. So how are you handling this? That's what I want to know.
You just asked me that.
I want to ask you again. I want to more formally, not just in the chit chat pre-show banter, but really, how are you really doing?
I'm good, actually. I'm leaning into this. So the kids are out of school. Sophia's home now until at least April 13th. That could be extended. Who knows? So I'm leaning in.
And today, the recording of this is the 17th of March.
Right. So it's a month, and she's been out since Friday. So we basically have over a month homeschooling Sophia and, quite literally being a full-time family. So I'm making a conscious decision to lean into it, because if I go into crazy and I go into panic and I am watching the news 24/7 and taking in this negative energy of social media, then this is going to imprint on Sophia, and she is going to feel the stress. She is going to feel the energy shift. She is going to feel that negative vibration, and it's going to make this utter living hell. So I'm choosing to lean into the positive and see the positive, because the way I'm personally looking at this is the universe went, okay, shit's hitting the fan. The environment's a mess. Politics are a mess. We're on the verge of wars. People are getting killed. I'm going to slow you all the fuck down for a second. And I'm going to give the entire world the same disease. So you guys, you can't say it's different because of your religion, your race, where you live, your income level. Tom Hanks has it, and I'm sure the really low income will have it too. So this breaks all barriers, right?
It's I'm trying to find the elegant words here. It's the thing that affects everybody. It's kind of like, not to use a bad analogy, but it's like death, right? None of us are escaping any of this.
That's a good analogy.
Well, look, I mean, like it's the great equalizer. That's the word I'm looking for. Like it doesn't matter who you are, race, religion, creed, income level, we are all affected. This morning I was on the phone talking to, some coaching clients and talking to people that are in the mastermind and talking to vendors that are associated with doing the mastermind. So, I was literally all over the world, talking to friends in Seattle and, they're shut in, talking to friends in LA and they're shut in, and Athens. And
yeah, it's not like there's like a typhoon in one area of the world and they're in massive disaster, but the rest is chilling. Like we're all going through the same thing, but we are all reacting differently, and I have to mention this because, we love Italy, obviously. And in Italy right now, they're on legit lockdown, like not allowed to leave the house. You can get tickets for leaving the house if you're living in the cities. And so in the cities, there's videos posted where people are singing and playing instruments from their balconies in unison, like a band, and they're entertaining each other. And they're doing what should be done, which is raising the vibration, because joy and laughter and happiness are high vibing emotions. Fear, despair, and all of those are low vibing emotions. One's going to spiral you up, one's going to spiral you down. Well, you can't control the circumstance. You can control the reaction.
The way I'm looking at this is anytime you want to make a change in a behavior, you have to get outside of your familiar and normal self, and you have to step into something that is very unknown to you and frankly unfamiliar. So when you're in panic and fear and worry, and everybody around you is in panic and fear and worry, that becomes sort of your default familiar thing. So to be able to step into an emotion or a feeling that is just not comfortable for you to be in really is a skill set and a practice that we try and practice every day here in this house with mindset. We fail more often than not, but we make the attempt. So I'm going to ask you a weird question, and the question is, what would you say is the best part of this for you? I feel like I'm getting the nudge from the universe that this is meant to slow us down. Like it never rains in California, and it's rained like 10 days straight. So there is something going on, karmically, universally, whatever, that is slowing us down and saying, we need to stop. We need to connect. We need to disconnect. We need to reset. And that's what I'm using this for. So my favorite part of this, to be honest, is just reconnecting with you, with Sophia. And even today, we went for a walk. Don't tell anybody. We went for a walk and Rob was like, look at this tree. Look at the roots. Like things that we were too busy to notice before, we're noticing. Being able to play school with Sophia, and she's excited about it. I'm excited about it. We want to see what we can create together. I think that's amazing. And again, like just being able to lean in and connect deeply, that's one thing I'm really, really excited about and loving. But another thing that I'm loving is I am a sucker for like positive do-gooding type things. Do-goodery.
Do-goodery, if you will. And, we're in Hermosa here. As of now, we don't have any cases in Hermosa, but people are flooding our community message boards with, if any elderly need help, if any elderly need toilet paper or food, or I'll cook meals for you. And like the kindness that is going around. And every time the sun shows, you see a family together, all together, walking down the street or riding bikes with a 6-foot distance to anybody else. But they're doing it. And I don't know. there's something so beautiful about seeing the good come out of people. And I think that's what I'm loving the most.
All right. So I'm going to ask you a question that you don't like. What's the worst part for you? And if
you just heard it.
If you hear
You just heard
if you
it.
hear mommy, that's because guess what? We are home with little Sophia.
Yeah.
But what's the worst part for you?
Well, the worst part is going to be the interruptions that I'm going to have to get used to, right? I work from home. I worked from home for the last 5 years. This is nothing different for me. I understand it's a very big adjustment for a lot of people. It's hard to focus when you're working from home, when you could just binge watch Netflix. But that for me is kind of easy, and I'm happy to share some tips on that. What's less easy is being interrupted doing the tasks that I wasn't interrupted in previously. Like earlier, I was doing a workout, and Sophia joined me in the workout, which was amazing. And then her joining me in the workout ended up being her crawling on top of me while I'm doing push-ups. And then I was doing something and she fell, and then she's crying. And so now my workout is interrupted. So the interruptions, like right now we're shooting a podcast, and the peanut gallery probably wants more veggie straws. So it's like that thing is going to be the hardest, I think, for me. That, and probably, I think you on day 6 should be like Spider-Man crawling the walls. And I think that's probably going to be hard.
Yeah, the hardest part for me right now is really twofold. I mean, the first thing that's the biggest challenge is the gym. I did not expect that not being able to go to the gym was going to affect me in the way that it has affected me. I use that time to, go through sort of a process that just allows me to clear my head, clear my mind, jump on the cardio machine, lift the weights, listen to masterclass while I'm on the cardio. And that time of day is such a sacred time. Like, I hate to use, it's a little dramatic to use that word, but it's such a sacred time for me to be able to just work out, And so, like, the ability to not do that is a big challenge for me right now. The other thing that is really upsetting me about this is, look, I don't want to come on here and say, like, look how great our life is. We set it up to be able to work from home, and we have, we're largely unaffected by this, because that sounds, obnoxious. And I don't want to say that.
Well, and it's not true. We're not largely unaffected by this.
Right. But
in comparison to the people.
That's what I'm trying to point out. What I'm mostly sad about is I've got a lot of friends that are doctors, that are in service industries, that own corporations. And I'm worried about them because, we ran a business, a brick and mortar business. And very often with businesses, like, let's not bullshit each other. Like, you're having a low month and you're trying to figure out, how the hell am I going to meet payroll? How am I going to get through this? Hopefully we'll have a good week next week. Well, if you take people like, I was having a conversation with one of my friends who's a doctor today, and he's like, I'm grateful to be open because dentists are closed. And I didn't even know that dentists are shut down. So, like, if you're a dentist and, you've got a staff and you have to keep that thing running, how the fuck are you keeping that thing going, for 30 days or 3 weeks or whatever? I mean, the overhead is ginormous, and, a new dentist, they don't have the reserves. So, like, those kinds of things, it's like, every day I think of a new thing that I didn't think about, like driving down the road and looking and seeing. Like, I went to the store. Don't tell anybody. I went to the store and I'm looking at the restaurants as I passed them, and it's apocalyptic, right? There's nobody that's inside these restaurants.
Well, they can't be. They're shutting them down.
They're shutting them down. And so I'm thinking, like, how do, restaurant owners, they work on a very small margin, maybe 10%, 12%, whatever it is. It's not much. And they're shut down. And so people don't, yes, they're doing takeout, but like a lot of people are just not going out. So that is one of the things that I can't stop thinking about being a business owner. How about you?
But you said the other day, in times like this, there is opportunity. So Sarah Blakely had posted the other day about this exact thing, right? She posted about, what was it? The flu hold on, let me pull it up real quick so I don't act like an idiot. In the flu, no, I'm sorry, just kidding. See, I was going to be an idiot. So she posted something and said, when the Great Plague of London was going around in 1665, Cambridge University was shut down and Isaac Newton was forced to stay home. During this time, he invented calculus, parts of optic theory, and allegedly, while sitting in his garden, he saw an apple fall from a tree that inspired his understanding of gravity and the laws of motion. Now, whether that's all true or not, I think the message is clear. There is an opportunity here, and there's an opportunity to play stupid idea time. This is the best time to play stupid idea time, when your back is against the wall and when you need to get creative again. So right now, maybe you're home, maybe you're remote working, you have time, you have nothing but time, right? You hopefully have some wine, pour yourself a glass and start dreaming again. What would you love your life to look like? Like the next 30 days, people are not going to have the weekend, trips, the daily trips to Target, and all of the things that consume our days. And we're going to have a real minimalist experience here. We're seeing what's truly important: health, family, community, connection, all of these things. So play stupid idea time. What do you want your life to look like? What after the coronavirus is gone? Because it will leave. This too shall pass. It's already passing in China, in South Korea. This is not something that's going to be here forever. Now, the financial damage can be devastating, but take this next 4, 6, 8 weeks to brainstorm what you're going to do. How could you do it different? What could you do better? If you have a brick and mortar business now, is there something that you could be doing in addition to having that business that would create a second leg of income for your family?
Here's what this comes down to for me. And hopefully this is what I was trying to say at the beginning, not so well. You need to act greater than you feel right now. You need to act greater than you feel right now. It is very easy to commiserate. It is very easy to find all of the shit that is wrong in the world, but it is not easy to act greater than you feel. But I will tell you this, if you pull it off, you will be in the history books for creating, maybe not the history books, maybe that's a little dramatic, but you could potentially create something. Like there were more, I read the other day, there were more millionaires created during the Depression, like people with like true wealth, than created during great economic times.
Yeah, because your back is against the wall and you have
gotta
to
figure
do
it out. You got to figure it out.
So like you can come out of this, right? Let's say you have 30 days at home. You can come out, you can work out. You've been saying, I don't have time. Guess what? I don't have time is no longer an excuse. That one just got checked right off the box, right? I don't have time is no longer your excuse. So whether you wanted to try a new hobby, maybe you want to cook more, maybe you want to work out, maybe you want to eat better, maybe you want to write a book, whatever it is, maybe you wanted to start a podcast, build a website, start a blog, I don't know, whatever it is that you wanted to do, you've got 30 days to cook that idea and to start it and to build momentum. I'll give you an example. We have been doing videos of Sophia since she basically came out of the womb. And people have said to us for 5 years, you should have a YouTube channel for Sophia. She loves to shoot science and, art, and she likes to shoot all these videos and, be silly and whatever, but provide some value. And we've posted them in our social media, but, every time it's been brought to me, you should do a YouTube channel. I'm like, do I really have time to do a YouTube channel? Well, guess what? I do now. And yesterday, I created a YouTube channel for Sophia. So where will this go? Who knows? But she's having fun doing it. We have 30 days to bank as many videos as humanly possible and to see if there's anything in this, whether it's just providing value or look, that little kid Ryan made like $20 million. So I'm thinking there is something there if possible. So why not try, right?
Well, let me ask you this before we wrap up here. What would you hope, other than the YouTube channel you just mentioned, what would you hope to have accomplished when this debacle is behind you? In other words, if you can show like I did this during this period of time, what product, and I'll put quotes in the word product, what product would you like to have produced?
Well, I think that for us personally, this 30 days, I want to get the majority of our book that we wanted to write launched or written. That way it can be launched this summer, because that was really my goal. I'd love to have stayed consistent with Sophia and the YouTube channel, because she enjoys doing that. I love to make sure we stay consistent in this podcast and grow our audience even bigger by providing massive value. And I want to stay consistent with, or get consistent, I should say, with meditation and that practice. And I want to come out ready to enjoy my summer. You know, if I'm going to be in confinement for the next 4 to 6 weeks, I better come out banging, and ready to fly and enjoy every freaking moment that life has to offer.
I love that. So if we can help you guys in any way, please feel free to direct message us, to comment in our posts. We see everything.
I would love this. Rob and I have been toying with how can we help and provide the most value. If you think that if we did a free brain, stupid idea time workshop where we brought everybody on a Zoom call, social distancing with Zoom, no viruses there. If we bring everybody onto a Zoom call and just kind of brainstorm stupid idea time and make it sort of open format where if you have ideas, maybe we can brainstorm with you, and do that a couple of times over the next 4 weeks or so. If that's something you'd be interested in, screenshot this episode on your phone, screenshot the whatever you're using to listen to this podcast. I don't know. I don't listen to podcasts, but iTunes. Screenshot that, tag Rob and I, and say, yes, I would love a stupid idea time brainstorm session, and tag us. Because the more we see that, then if we know that people want this, then we'll do it. But if people aren't going to be all in and actually do the work, then, we're not going to do that. So what do you think about that, Rob?
I think it's a great idea.
So
I think it's a great idea.
Screenshot this episode, tag us on IG, and tell us you would love to have a stupid idea time brainstorm sesh.
That's it, everybody. Hang in there, and remember to act bigger and better and brighter than you feel. We'll talk to you next week, everybody. All right, thanks for listening. If you love this episode and you know someone that needs some help in either stepping up their work hard game or their play hard game, it would mean the world to me if you shared this podcast with them to help me get this movement out there. So if you like what you heard, head on over to iTunes, take 30 seconds, and leave me a 5-star review, and I will be forever grateful. So until the next episode, excuses are over. It's time to live.